I was shocked. Like I was like, how can she even make a decision?
Right. Hello everyone! From dramas to webtoons to novels, explore Korea's story with us. This is Who Reads Story. My name is An Sung-jin. I'm a news reporter, and here we have a new guest with us. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Madison Champagne. I'm from the United States, and I currently study at the University of Utah Asia campus, studying film.
Today, the movie we'll be talking about is director Heo Ga-young's The Summer, and it is a short film. It's a short Korean film, and obviously it's been gaining a lot of popularity. It was the first prize in the Cannes Film Festival to win the Cinef Award, which is when it started to gain a lot of attention worldwide.
Well, I mean, what exactly is Cinef?
Right, so Cinef is an award. Basically, it gathers all these pieces from movie schools around the world, and obviously these, first-time newbie directors put out their own pieces, and they compete and try to, figure out which one is the best film out of all, which is why this opportunity was for Korea to kind of shine, as this film won the first prize for La Cinef. It was a chance for Korea to kind of put its name out there in the world about movie. Could you first explain to us what the brief plot about is?
Yeah, so First Summer, it follows a character named Yong-sun, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And it's an elderly woman who faces a dilemma when her granddaughter's wedding and the 49th day Buddhist memorial service for her lover both happen on the same day, right?
Yes.
But actually, I was talking earlier, I didn't know what the 49-day memorial meant.
Right.
Yeah, because I have no idea. Is it like a Korean thing?
Right. I guess for Koreans, it might be a little bit more familiar. What we call 49제 in Korean is, as you just said, it is the 49th day memorial ritual. And it is kind of a Buddhist farewell to bid your loved one. And as you just mentioned within the movie itself, it is as important as a funeral day, perhaps, for those that are not familiar with the 49th day ritual, which is why within the movie itself, this becomes a very important plot for the character herself, because it's on the same day with her granddaughter's wedding. And that's why I guess we see that tension between the modern identity, or the modern day wedding, versus the traditional values of the 49th day ritual itself.
Yeah.
Which is why, for you, perhaps, who might not be familiar with all these backgrounds, what was the movie like for you?
Well, I felt a little similar to you, but I feel like the movie, when I was watching it, I had felt like there was a kind of like an empathy I had for her. I mean, it was quite interesting because, as the story goes on, you're first introduced to her, and she's like living in a house alone. I'm pretty sure that her husband was sick, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that was kind of interesting myself. I didn't really understand the connection between her husband and then she had a lover at one point. Yeah, we can get into that later. That was quite interesting myself, yeah.
Right, it is interesting. And I feel like, as you mentioned, not only is the narrative itself interesting.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of scenes throughout this movie where it actually made myself a little like emotional.
Right?
Yeah, because I can really relate to her. I feel like I see, not necessarily my grandma, but I feel like I could see like my friend's grandma, kind of like, people you see on the street. Like she gives me a vibe that's similar to that. And I thought that was quite interesting to like dive deeper into her, than what she just looks like on the outside.
It's not just anyone, it could be anyone, but also it's not just anyone looking at the movie itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Were there particular scenes or moments that stood out for you?
Particular scenes. Oh, yeah. So I remember there was a moment where I actually assumed, when I was watching the movie, I was kind of on the edge of my seat because I was like, I assumed that of course she's gonna go to her granddaughter's wedding, right? That's what everyone assumes that is like morally right. So I was sitting there, I was like, of course she's gonna go to her. But then she actually ended up going to the 49th memorial. And I was quite shocked. And I don't blame her at all. That's what I would want to do in my heart. So I feel like when I was watching that and she was outside dancing in the little hanbok, I thought that was beautiful. It was like a hand shot. It was gorgeous. Her in the little hanbok, and dancing around, so pretty.
Right, I feel like it's those moments that kind of go off from what we expect is what makes this movie kind of, make us sit on the edge and really make us think about what or how the movie is going to unfold. If I were to choose what my impressive scene or like my favorite scene was throughout the film, even though she doesn't go to the wedding, she gives this advice, like the grandmother gives this advice to the granddaughter, and she's like, you know, at the end of the day, what really matters is that you choose someone that makes you happy.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's in the modern day society, it's a very important statement because, you know, finding someone that you like and makes you happy is obviously different from any other circumstances or any of the other conditions that you would impose when finding someone. And for me, that kind of stood out. And yeah, it also reflected what I'm thinking. So I think that part stood out for me. It was interesting.
I did see that scene, and I thought it was quite interesting myself too.
Right, and I guess at the end of the day, what we see is that, you know, it's not just this granddaughter and grandmother relationship. It goes kind of beyond that.
But I also thought that throughout the film, it was quite interesting to see that like elderly women also still like want to experience love.
Right.
They want to experience romance. And
what we're talking about, obviously, this is your chance to go and watch the movie, so you guys can understand what we're talking about. And apart from that, now I want to delve in a bit more about the topic or the theme of the movie itself. Obviously, we've kind of covered it before, but the main character kind of faces this dilemma throughout the movie. For you, although we've kind of talked about it, what would you do if you were in her shoes?
oh my god. Okay. I feel like for some reason I would want like a way to do both. Yeah, I would want a way to be able to like maybe in the morning go to my
I thought the same thing.
Because I was like, I mean, honestly, even when I was watching it in the movie theater, there was like, I think like 3 other people in the movie theater with me, and I was sitting there and I was like, I wonder what these people are thinking too. Because I mean, of course, like even like the ending of the movie when she actually chose to go to the 49th Day Memorial, I was shocked. Like I was like, how can she even make a decision? But I would honestly try to go to both. I don't want to make my granddaughter sad, but I mean, I also kind of want to say goodbye to my lover, you know?
Right, it's that conflict between desire or what you wish to do versus whether it be your family's expectations or the societal norms of what you should do. Because I would have thought the same thing. I would have been like, there must be a way to do both without missing or, you know, making someone upset in the process of that. But you know, I also respect on how the main character chose to do what she ended up wanting to do.
Of course.
And I feel like that's also a message that kind of comes throughout the film itself. And yeah, I guess that's interesting because it's not only about family, but it's also about love and desire and all these different emotions or topics kind of come throughout the film.
Would you do the same?
See, that's difficult. When I was watching the movie, I was like, the way it's going, I was like, okay, I feel like she's gonna go to the 49th day ritual.
Oh, you kind of knew that.
I feel like I saw it coming because if she didn't go, I don't know, I don't think it would have been a movie.
Of course.
I was like, okay, she must be going. But at the end of the day, if I were in her shoes, would I have been able to make that decision as easily? Probably not, is what I thought. Because both of the events are something that I wouldn't want to miss in a lifetime, and it's not like any of those would happen again, which is why I would have put in a lot of thought, but I don't know how I would have answered it. So, you know, guess courage to her for choosing what she chose. But yeah, and at the end of the day, because the main character is this, you know, old lady that kind of comes as the main character, it makes us reflect on how we want to end up living our life, or, you know, because we're still both young. That is all we have for Who Reads Story. This was Madison Champagne that we had. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
And next week we'll be back with another episode talking about Korean content, and that is all we have for today. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.